Guys, welcome back to my channel. Decided to make educational video. Not something I'm like really good at, as you guys know. I haven't been feeling really good lately. So decided to kind of make myself a little bit happy today. Make a video about negative feedback or neutral feedback removal. I know pretty much that most of you resellers, YouTubers already watched a lot of videos throughout the years on that subject, and you also knowledgeable from lives, podcasts about different things in terms of feedbacks and types of feedbacks left by buyers, and what type of feedbacks actually can be removed, what type of feedbacks cannot be removed. So most of you are familiar, but maybe there are gonna be in the future more resellers, new YouTubers coming on the scene in upcoming days, months, years. So hopefully this educational video from me will basically be useful in my opinion. Hopefully. So anyway, let me begin because guys, with me it takes so long. Everyone is so tired of me with this monologue talking about stuff that people always say get to the point. It's not that interesting to listen to your stuff. I don't want to say bad words, guys. I'm not feeling good. So anyway, let me share this because every time this has happened, I always forget to make a video about it, and I've had it happen already, probably at least 5 times in the last, you know, I don't know, 3 months when I had either most actually, I think four of them were negative, and one today that I decided to finally make a video about it was neutral. And it wasn't actually bad, I'll show you. It was nothing. It's just some people make a big deal about feedbacks. I'll just continue my rant, guys, my monologue that takes 10 hours. So at least I'll get watch hours, guys. Appreciate you all actually stopping by and watching this rant. And if you haven't done so, guys, please subscribe to my poor channel. I really appreciate it. I don't get much attention anymore, guys. I like attention. That's my flaw. I don't need much of attention anyway. It's kind of one of the things that I'm not striving about, and I usually say it as like it is. Today is Saturday. Actually, I wanted to go live, but I wasn't feeling well. I may go live. Actually, I'm not sure on my channel. So if I'm gonna go live, most of you who are subscribed and get notifications, who hit the bell, guys. A very important tool on YouTube world is a bell. There are two tools: bell and a hammer, or actually wrench. Sorry, hammer is something I invented with my imagination, but my wild imagination. But a wrench, guys, is a very important tool in today's YouTube lives world. So you cannot live without a wrench. Sometimes some people are angry in certain lives they don't get arranged like it's gonna change any of their life. Like I said before, a little icon to remove the trolls, guys, from anyone's lives, which is helpful. There are many trolls in this world, in the YouTube magical world, guys, that change their YouTube names, that are afraid to use their own name. I understand it. I understand that, guys. If one of them is you, I understand, you know, about this kind of stuff, but I cannot change anything about it. It's each person's personal preference in a way. So anyway, let me begin with that. Anyway, so I said anyway 3 times already, guys. So I got the feedback neutral, which was this. I'll share my screen so you guys can see. Let me see where it is, guys. Let me find it. Let me find it, guys. I don't want to lie. It's not a good thing to lie, guys, as you know. So here it is. Let me show you. Let me share the screen and show you what I'm talking about. You see, I got this. What you're looking at actually right now is actually the tool in eBay that you can use automatically. You don't need to call or use Facebook to reach eBay for businesses. They take probably like day to respond, as you guys know. So you can use the tool. It's not always gonna work, to my understanding, but for me, thankfully, the last at least I would say 5 times that I had 4 negatives and neutral today, it did work. So you can go type in eBay policies or eBay feedback in either eBay search, like in I guess in one of their support searches, and you're gonna find it. If you're gonna be knowledgeable enough, you're gonna find it, guys. I cannot walk you specifically how to get it, but you will see from that screen that I'm showing. It's under seller help, and then you go to home, customer service, seller help, request to remove feedback, take connection. So there you go. And then you do the form. I already did it, so you're not gonna see the form because I'm always thinking too late to make a video about it, and then I already have done it. So sorry, guys. But anyway, you go to request to remove feedback, and as you can see, this was for I sold like a vintage Craftsman. It was like a torpedo level. It was not in a great condition, so I described it. As you can see, I wrote "Please read" in the title. It had some flaws cosmetically. It did work because I tried it on the wall to line it up. It's not one of those levels, guys, more advanced that you can buy right now in the stores with noises to show you where the studs are for smart people that try to find the stud or actually to level it in a way to find the stud, because this is not a stud finder, because I've seen some people use it to try to find studs also. So this is just a level. It's just for you to make sure whatever you're gonna put on the wall or anywhere, it's gonna be straight, not curved or not straight. In a way. So anyway, said anyway 7 times already, guys. Sorry. Kind of, it's not a good thing to do it, guys. Believe me, to say similar words all the time. So I sold it, and as you can see, if you see it, most likely you'll see it on August 10th. So 9 days ago. And yeah, so buyer um, left this feedback, guys, right here. Just a dot. And it was actually neutral feedback. So I got an email. It takes, in this case, most of the time when you do that through eBay automatic feedback removal tool, it takes about, if it's a negative, it depends on the content, guys. I think because one time I sent request like that to remove the feedback, and it took probably 15 minutes one time. So it depends, I think, on the content. So in this case, it was a neutral feedback with nothing written except a period sign. And as you guys can see, so I just decided, let's see if it's gonna work, because it's nothing, bad. Because someone just decided, they may have tried to type something in, and the buyer that bought it, and then just didn't have a chance to type anything inside and just clicked on leave feedback. Maybe have chosen either even as you guys know, some buyers will not choose the right thing. So by mistake, they will choose neutral or negative sometimes and put a positive comment in there. That happens also for you new resellers and new YouTubers. And so I sent it. I sent the request, and this time it took like probably like 3 minutes. And as you guys can see what when I sent it, that's what kind of message you're gonna get in green. It's gonna say we've received your request to remove this feedback. We'll review it and respond within 8 hours. It hasn't taken that long, guys. So far, with the ones that I sent, didn't take that much time. You can also check request status for any updates. If you had an issue with a buyer, you can also stop them from bidding on or buying any of your items. Just add them to your blocked buyer list. There you go, guys. Another good tip for you. If you don't like some sort of a buyer, you can put them on a blacklist. As most of you new resellers, I mean old resellers and old YouTubers know already. They'll be blocked until you remove them from the list. So anyway, and then it took about not 8 hours, guys. It didn't take 8 hours, so don't worry. So let me go to the next screen and show you the message I got. So let me close that screen. I know, guys, I'm not one of those professional YouTubers, guys. Sorry, you're not gonna get a lot of professionalism from me. Um, so let me share this screen right now. Another one, another screen, guys. Here you go. Let's see. I cannot even find that screen right now. So let me see where it is, guys. So you see it. Sorry, guys, with my professional video recording in StreamYard. Okay, here it is, guys. So as you can see, here you go, guys. Great news again. See, great news after I sound like it probably took less than 3 minutes. I think it took 2 minutes. Great news. We're removing the negative feedback, even though it was neutral, guys. See, eBay glitches, guys. eBay AI, artificial intelligence, still cannot differentiate between the negative and neutral, guys, unfortunately. So, sorry about that. The servers still glitching a little bit, but they're on their way up. So, hopefully, in upcoming years, guys, the automatic removal tool will recognize neutral as neutral and negative as negative. So in this case, guys, it says great news, we're removing the negative feedback. So it says thanks for letting us know about the negative feedback you received from the buyer, from that buyer right there. And they give you buyer's user ID, of course, about what kind of item, vintage craftsman, aluminum torpedo level. And as you guys know, Craftsman has a lot of, most of them have model part numbers. So it was 39882 part number. So it says, we're happy to share that we're removing any comments or ratings left by the buyer since it goes against our seller performance and feedback policy. It may take up to 72 hours for everything to update on your feedback profile page. And I already checked, it's already gone, so guess. All those 8 hours waiting times and 72 hours usually is just for you just to know that it may take as much as they can, show you, or possibly can take that long. But most of the time, even with negatives, it took, like I said, one time with a negative, I think it was 15 minutes. It was I don't remember what kind it was, um, what type of comment it was, but it was also against their policy because two times actually it was because of shipping that buyers left feedback. There were two packages that I shipped that USPS lost in the beginnings and found, and the buyers wanted, both of those buyers opened up cases on eBay, not received cases, and I provided tracking numbers. That's what you do. It's the best customer service, guys, as you can provide. eBay loves it. They love it, guys. They love the customer service. So if you have a chance to provide great customer service, so eBay can recognize it, even though I'm not sure their automatic feedback removal tool robots or artificial intelligence watch looks at it. Most likely not, guys. So sorry to bring that to you, but still, if you're gonna respond, it's gonna go in terms of eBay customer service itself. And if you decide to call them, or if you decide to, most likely right now there is no point of calling even. You're better off, guys, using eBay for business on Facebook. It's gonna be just faster if you want to actually, you know, discuss certain things. And in the past, I mean, eBay for business did work in terms of helping with certain issues, so cannot say anything bad against them. Even though there were issues that they didn't help, so it depends on an issue, guys. All issues are unique, as you know, from the past experiences. Most of you sellers, YouTubers, and sellers, resellers, it's hard to differentiate now, guys. In my opinion, I'm not sure who I am. I decided I'm just a human in a matrix still. But so they removed that feedback in 2 minutes. Do you need to do it? I mean, see, I just decided to make the video for you guys, so uh, I mean, you can try this kind of stuff in terms of. I know most of you resellers, like I said in the beginning, know about it. Just decided to bring it up again. It's not just kind of interesting subject for the video, guys, as you know. Was my kind of explaining of stuff, and I know a lot of things, guys. I can tell you that. I just not one of those people that like to kind of teach something or explain. I know I can. It's not, it's not one of my things, not my gem, guys, as they say, to explain. And there are a bunch of great channels on YouTube about it, and people in lives who can help with any questions about different. But in my opinion, I mean, so far, as you guys can see, me remove that screen. So you guys not gonna see the screen. Sorry, me remove it. So as you guys can understand that it is helpful to use that kind of tool, because if you want to take care of something like that, if you want to remove a negative, which basically kind of depends on content. If it's something teaching couple of teaching minutes. If it's something like your fault as a buyer, most likely, guys, depends, but most likely that feedback will stay, and you can reply to it. That's the best thing to do. But in situations where it's not your fault, or there are different variations when you use a tool. Let me see here if I can bring it up here. So if you use a tool, and I don't have any right now, I'm not going to be able to use it because I don't have any of the feedbacks left to use it for. But there is always a but, guys. There are options in the tools that tells you the reasons why you want to remove that feedback and to use that tool. So it's gonna give you options that you can choose from. there is either extortion, as you guys know, one of the things, extorting feedback when the buyer will send you a message and tell you that they're gonna leave negative if you're not gonna, abide by their commands. So eBay will read those messages. Also, I think even an automatic tool right now, the artificial intelligent robots, also I think most likely can pick up this kind of conversation in messages. So most likely, I'm not sure. Cannot tell you 100%, but I think that's what happens. Extortion, cursing. If someone will leave you feedback and there are gonna be bad wording, you know, what are threats, any type of cursing going on, that will be removed automatically. Um, if the case was closed in seller's favor, another thing that they will remove the feedback left by the buyer in that case. So, for example, if there was a case opened and it was not seller's fault, and eBay closes that case in seller's favor, it will depend also on different, most of the time, situations with, you know, in my opinion, it will depend on if it's a shipping issue or selling issue or shipping price issue. So it will depend on what eBay will consider as being not a seller's fault. So in those cases, they will remove it. Also, the ones that I had removed in the past, as I told you, shipping delays. If USPS will lose a package and find it, had a buyer actually a couple months ago shipped something and USPS somehow sent it to Puerto Rico. They got on the wrong airplane. But anyway, so the buyer messaged me saying they didn't receive the package yet. And I checked. Sometimes I don't know most of you guys if you check tracking number all the time for all the stuff that you sell. Most of the time I don't. It depends. So you're gonna find out about it if the buyer hasn't received the package, especially inside of United States. There were some global shipping issues which I actually had recently also, but it wasn't again my fault because um, there was a package going to Europe and it was apparently lost by eBay Global Shipping Program because I use it, guys. I use eBay Global Shipping Program and it ships from Illinois. So the package was shipped and then the buyer actually reached out, I think a month after I shipped it, maybe even more. And I checked the tracking and there was DHL tracking in there because in Europe, guys, DHL actually there are a lot of deliveries by DHL. So apparently there was attempt, according to tracking information, to deliver the package, and then nothing. So delivery attempt was the last tracking update in that buyer's country. So the buyer opened the request eventually, not right away because he messaged me first, and like I said, customer service guys. I replied back saying that I provide the tracking information, which actually inside, eventually in a case, if the buyer opens the case, you can put in the tracking information when the buyer opens up a case that will be not received. So there is an option there to put a tracking number, and then you can also put in your own comments about the shipping issue. If you check the tracking numbers, you can see it being in the there was an attempt, for example, and most of the time it can be either something going on with their delivery service, which is not your fault, or the buyer address is incorrect. And I had this happen also recently here in the United States, and it was closed in my favor also. If the buyer's address is incorrect and USPS cannot deliver it, so they'll put it in the tracking that uh, either I think it was cannot deliver to this address or unknown address, something like that. So they will put a note on the package to return it back to the seller, and you will get it back, and it's gonna have a note on the box that says unknown address or cannot deliver to that address, something like that. I don't remember right now. But in those cases also, it's not seller's fault, even though someone will disagree and say it is, because you have to provide great customer service, guys. So all the when the package leaves the sellers, when you ship the package with either any type of service, courier service, shipping service, FedEx, UPS, USPS, doesn't matter. DHL. um, who else is there, guys? I always forget. Who else does shipping? Amazon? Amazon Flex. But anyway, so um, in those cases, as I was saying earlier, I think I already went off my subject. That's considered to be um, like it's either uh, one of the options to remove it. It's either buyer's error or something that's out of seller's control, like in the case of shipping, which all some people in the reselling community will probably disagree most likely about it, but I'm pretty sure they won't, because if you ship something and USPS or FedEx or UPS loses it or takes it to someone else's mailbox or address, it's not actually seller's fault. So in that case, though, if the buyer leaves negative feedback or even neutral about the situation, about package being not delivered or something like that, eBay can check to make sure, because a lot of buyers may have their older address in their account settings in eBay, so they forget to change it, so they just buy it and then it goes to the address where they don't live anymore. So it's not seller's fault, if you understand what I'm talking about, that they forgot to change their address. Some buyers remember and they actually message you that they have moved recently, so please ship it to the other address. So in those cases, it depends. You guys seen it from other videos. Depending on what kind of item, how much it is, you're gonna have to let the buyer know to cancel the order, to change their address to the proper address, and then they can buy it again. I've done it before. Some sellers, it depends if the item is not worth much. They don't usually tell the buyer to do it because they think if you cancel that order, the buyer will not gonna buy it from you and buy it from someone else. But just to prevent any unnecessary issues, I usually tell the buyer to cancel the order, change their address in their eBay account settings, and with proper address, with the right address, and then ship it if they want to buy it again. And what happens is I'll send them a link if they ask to buy it, because when they buy it and you cancel it, you have to list it again for them to buy it again. So it's gonna change the item number, as you guys know, on eBay. So you're gonna have to send them a link, or they can just search in your store and find the same thing if you just list it again and buy it again. So anyway, guys, hopefully that was I was talking for so long, guys. 30 minutes video. Usually, guys, in my life I talk for like 17 hours non-stop. But I really appreciate you guys for watching this educational type of video from me. Usually, I'm not one of the YouTubers, guys. Reseller YouTubers. It's kind of funny, guys. It's like we're all adults. Sometimes I look at this YouTube magical world and have a feeling that we're all still in kindergarten. Even though some of us are kind of in advanced stage already, in a way. But I'm sorry, guys, if I offended anyone. It's not like that. Sometimes you look at it, but it's a great community. And it is what it is. A lot of drama sometimes, a lot of no drama sometimes. It's hard to live in a world sometimes without any drama. Your personal drama if you have a family or you live or just by yourself, or there's like no interest on something, you know. So I'm not gonna talk too much about it, guys. Maybe on my life I will. But I appreciate you all stopping by. If you're new to the channel, guys, tell your friends to subscribe to my channel and hit the like button, guys, and share. Notification bell, I'm not sure about that. Maybe you wanna hit the bell, I don't know. Not sure. If you wanna do it, I appreciate it. But I'll see you guys soon. Maybe in the live. I don't know. I put out a lot of shorts now. Even though my shorts suck. My videos also suck, guys. Everything sucks, guys. Alright, guys. Take care. Stay safe. I'll see you soon. Bye, everyone.